There was once a kingdom by the sea, where tides whispered secrets to the shore, and the winds carried the smell of salt and storm. In this kingdom lived a man named Kael, whose ambition was greater than the ocean itself. Kael was not born a nobleman. His father was a fisherman, his mother a seamstress, and their lives were humble, their home small. But even as a boy, Kael would stare at the sky and whisper, "I will not die small. I will leave behind something so great that no one will forget my name." And so, while others mended nets or stitched cloth, Kael dreamt of monuments. Years passed, and Kael became a builder. His hands were strong, his back bent beneath labor, yet his eyes still burned with visions of grandeur. While the city built bridges and markets, Kael spoke of only one thing: a tower taller than any palace, reaching the clouds, built on the shore where the world could not ignore it. The king laughed when he heard of Kael's dream. "A tower of stone? Impossible! You are a dreamer, Kael." But Kael shook his head. "If stone is too heavy, then I will use what the earth gives me freely. I will build it from sand." The court erupted in laughter, but Kael was not deterred. Day after day he carried sand from the beach, wetting it, shaping it, pressing it into bricks beneath the sun. His neighbors mocked him. "A child builds sand castles, a man builds houses, but you, Kael, build nothing." Still, Kael worked. His ambition fed him more than bread, and his dream was sweeter than wine. And the tower began to rise. At first it was no more than a wall, a fragile pillar at the shore. But Kael worked tirelessly, shaping sand brick upon sand brick, binding them with water, smoothing them with his hands. The sun hardened the walls. The sea gave him endless material. Higher and higher it grew, until even his doubters grew silent. Travelers began to stop and watch. Children stared in awe. "Perhaps he is not mad," they whispered. "Perhaps he will succeed." The tower climbed past rooftops, past watchtowers, past the tallest spire of the city. From the top, Kael could see the horizon bend, the sails of ships like white moths against the sea. His heart thundered with pride. I was right. Nothing is impossible. But the sea is patient, and the wind does not forgive arrogance. One evening, an old mason approached Kael at the base of his tower. His beard was white, his hands calloused from years of true stonework. "You build well for a man without training," he said. "But your tower is weak. Sand cannot bear the weight of dreams this heavy. Sooner or later, it will fall." Kael laughed. "Old man, I have built higher than any palace in the kingdom. Look with your eyes. My tower stands." The mason sighed. "Yes, it stands now, but storms come, and storms care nothing for pride." Kael ignored him. The tower continued to rise until it pierced the low clouds. Kael stood atop it, looking down on the city, the fields, the king's palace itself. People below looked up at him as if he were a god. And in that moment, Kael believed he was untouchable. But the sea had been watching. The first storm came suddenly, dark clouds rolling in from the horizon, waves pounding against the shore. The tower shuddered as rain poured, dissolving the sand between its bricks. Whole sections began to melt, dripping away like wax from a candle. From the ground, the people screamed, "Kael, the tower falls!" But Kael stood atop, defiant. "No, I built this with my hands. My dream is stronger than stone." Lightning cracked across the sky. Thunder roared, and with a groan like the cry of the earth, the tower began to crumble. The top swayed, walls split, sand cascaded like waterfalls, devouring itself. Kael tried to climb down, but each step disintegrated beneath him. His hands clawed at collapsing walls, his voice lost in the storm. And then, with one final shudder, the great tower of sand collapsed into the sea. When the storm cleared, nothing remained but a smooth shore, not a stone, not a trace of Kael's masterpiece, only sand as it had always been. The people searched, but Kael was gone. Some said he drowned in the tide, others said the sea took him as payment for his pride, but a few whispered that he still walks the shore at night, gathering sand in his hands, muttering, "I was almost eternal." The king ordered that no monument be built in Kael's memory. "Let his lesson remain instead," he declared. "Dreams built on weak foundations will always fall." And so the people remembered, not the tower, for it was gone, but the warning. Parents told their children, "Do not build towers of sand. Build with stone, with discipline, with patience. For the higher you wish to rise, the deeper your foundation must be." And on quiet nights when the tide was low, some swore they could still see the ghost of Kael's tower shimmering in the moonlight, a mirage of ambition without anchor, pride without discipline, beauty without strength. It stood only in memory, a monument not to greatness but to folly. And the sea, eternal and patient, whispered its lesson to the shore again and again. Dreams are not destroyed by storms. They are destroyed by the sand upon which they are built.